I left my boyfriend because of what he drunkenly confessed in front of everyone last night. We'd been together 3 years, living together for 2. I paid half the rent, cooked half the meals, learned his coffee order, remembered his mother's birthday. I thought we were the kind of couple that just worked. No drama, no games, no reason to question anything. His name is Marcus. We met at a mutual friend's birthday dinner. He was funny, attentive, the kind of guy who actually listened when you talked. By our 3rd date, I knew he was different. By month 4, we were sharing a lease. My friend said I moved fast. I said when it's right, you just know. For 3 years, I believed that. Marcus works in finance. Long hours, client dinners, the occasional work event I was never really invited to. He always kept that world separate. Said it was boring, said I'd hate it, said it was just work stuff. I never pushed. I trusted him. I figured every relationship has its compartments, and that was his. His company threw a rooftop summer party. Open bar, catered, the whole thing. And for the first time in 3 years, he asked me to come. I remember being genuinely excited about it. I bought a new dress. I told my coworker about it like it was a milestone, because honestly, it felt like one. I didn't realize what that said about our relationship until later. The second we walked through the door, I noticed something. His coworkers weren't just unfamiliar with me. They looked confused, like a math problem they couldn't solve. A few of them smiled politely, but their eyes kept bouncing between me and Marcus like they were waiting for an explanation. His manager came over within the first 10 minutes. Nice guy, firm handshake, big smile. He introduced himself and then looked at me and said, "Wow, I had no idea Marcus was even seeing someone." He laughed like it was a fun surprise. I laughed too and said we'd been together 3 years. His manager's smile flickered for just a second. Then he said, "Huh, great," and moved on. I told myself it meant nothing. Marcus was private. He didn't overshare at work. That was fine. Plenty of people keep their personal lives off the clock. I got a drink and tried to relax into the night. By 9 p.m., the bar had done its job and the room had loosened up. People were louder, looser, telling stories they probably shouldn't. Marcus was on his 3rd whiskey, maybe 4th. He got more animated when he drank, bigger gestures, longer laughs, the volume creeping up with every round. I was standing with him and a small group of his coworkers, Jake, a woman named Priya, and a guy I never caught the name of. They were all laughing about some internal office thing, and Marcus was right in the middle of it, completely in his element. I was watching him think, this is the guy I live with, this is who he is with his people, and for a moment it felt good, like I was finally getting a full picture. Then Jake raised his glass and said, "Honestly though, to Marcus, because we've been trying to get this man to bring someone to one of these for 2 years, and he finally did it." Everyone laughed and clinked glasses. Marcus grinned, threw his arm around my shoulder and said, "Yeah, man, I know I always told you guys I was single," but he stopped. I watched the exact moment he realized what he'd said. His eyes went to mine and just stopped moving. The sentence hung there in the air, unfinished, in front of 4 people who all heard it. The group went quiet. That specific kind of quiet that only happens when something real just slipped out. I looked at him and said very calmly, "You told people you were single?" He started talking immediately. Too fast, too many words, the way people speak when they're trying to bury something under volume. Something about how it was just easier. How work people didn't need to know his business, how it wasn't a big deal, how he didn't mean it like that. Jake looked at the floor. Priya took a slow sip of her drink. Nobody moved. I stood there and did the math in real time. 3 years. Every work event I wasn't invited to. Every time he said it was boring or unnecessary. Every client dinner, every holiday party, every rooftop like this one, he went alone. And when people asked, he told them he was single. For 3 years, I existed in his apartment, in his bed, in his daily life. And at work, where he spent 50 hours a week, I didn't exist at all. I was a secret he maintained so casually he forgot to turn it off before the 4th drink. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I set my glass down on the nearest table, picked up my bag, and walked toward the exit while he was still mid-sentence, explaining himself to a table full of people who now knew exactly who he was. He followed me out to the elevator. I didn't turn around. He texted me 12 times on the ride home. I read every single one and felt nothing except completely, unmistakably clear. By the time he got back to the apartment, I had already pulled a bag from the closet.